which anime is better, My Hero Academia or My Hero Academia Vigilantes. We're going to be focusing on season 1 and the first half of the season of Vigilantes. So is it Deku, Koichi, All Might, Knuckleduster, Ochaco, Pop Step, Bakugo, and other people? I don't know. So we're going to just find it out. Do you want more of a happy, superhero, fun high school anime? Do you want a dark, a little bit twisted, still comedy, enjoyable story? They're both really good animes, and I like both of them very much. But we're going to find out which one's better. So, we all know Deku was chosen by All Might, the symbol of peace. He gave them all for one, and season 1 especially is about his rise to the top. But Koichi, on the other hand, he has a quirk. He was never quirkless. He's got one. And he's just an average dude, college student, works at a convenience store. But one day, he wants to be more. So, Deku's story is about potential. Because Deku, he gets the chance to be the #1 hero. But Koichi needs to find his purpose. And the fact is, having All Might is a lot better. But Koichi doesn't. He has Knuckleduster, an old superhero who has no quirk and is a little rough around the edges. So it's a little bit about Deku wants to become the best, the great, while Koichi just wants to be good enough. He doesn't want #1. He's not a pro hero. Deku's goal is to be pro hero. That's never in Koichi's story. Now, their characters are, I'm going to say, I do like Vigilantes' characters a little bit more, but let's talk about it. So, let's just, the main characters of the first season of My Hero. You got Izuku Midoriya, or Deku. You've got All Might, Ochaco Uraraka, Katsuki Bakugo, and Tenya Ida, and Shigaraki, and I guess the Eraserhead, Shoto Ozawa. And over on the Vigilante side, you've got a little, I think there's more heroes that are more spaced out. So you've got Koichi, I don't remember his last name, Pop Step, Knuckleduster, Makoto, I think that's her name. She's the girl he likes, for reference, if you didn't know who I was talking about. Queen Bee, the villain, Stain, and there's other heroes. Idia's brother, Ingenium, he appears a lot. So relationship is a very interesting topic in the My Hero universe, especially with the fans. I know are big into it, but My Hero doesn't really cover it a lot. Deku and Ochaco have feelings for each other, I guess. It's a little bit more of that like high school giddiness. While in Vigilantes, it is definitely more of a real thing because they're adults. Other than Pop Step. Now, a lot of people don't like Pop Step for many reasons. I don't really get the Pop Step hate. I know her outfit's not the best and she's too young, but like it doesn't bother me a whole lot. I don't really care because I know what happened to Vigilantes. But anyways, with Pop Step, she has a crush, I'm doing air quotes even though you can't see it, on Koichi. It's more of one of those, I'm grateful, I want to owe you, I respect you. It's just, she's mistaken, and there's a reason why. So you find out that Koichi wanted to be a pro hero. I think he would try to go to the UA, which is the school Deku and them go to, the UA entry exam. But he wasn't able to because he saved a kid who fell in the water. Now he thought it was a little boy at the time, didn't really see the kid. Turned out it was actually a little girl, and it was Pop Step. And Pop Step, she obviously grew up idolizing him, and her whole story and the reason she's an idol and the reason she dresses the way she is, she wants people to look at her and notice her. She's tired of being in the shadows. But when she does that, she unfortunately is getting her feelings mixed up, because the only person that really showed like she mattered to her was Koichi. But Koichi does like another girl he meets in college later, a few episodes down the line. So unfortunately, relationships, they're iffy. In Ochaco and Deku, they care about each other, but there's not too much. But they are only UA high school students. Let's get off the romantic stuff and let's compare their quirks, because that's cool. One for all. And slide and glide. I know, they're the crazy quirks. You're like, what, the main character, My Hero Academia, one for all? That's amazing. Oh, the spin-off Vigilantes? What quirk does he have? Slide and glide? One for All's a legendary power that gives him insane strength, and then later in the show, he can do whatever he wants. Unfortunately, in Season 1, he gets hurt every time he tries to use it, which, I don't know. But Koichi's quirk is Slide and Glide. People call him the cockroach and the cruller and all that crazy stuff. He is the crawler, but because he just puts all fours on the ground and just like slides. Bro looks like a bowling ball I threw down to hit some pins. He's sliding. But over time, they both work on their quirk. All Might helps Deku by telling him to egg thing, not to use too much, and he eventually not stop hurting himself. But Koichi, the person that helped him, other than Knuckleduster, because Knuckleduster does not have a quirk, he just beats people up with his fist, is Ingenium, brother from Class 1A. His brother, Ingenium, the pro hero, he helps him a little bit. But the thing is, being a vigilante is wrong. So Ida can't help, or Ingenium can't help him too much. And let's get into that. So the themes are literally happy-go-lucky, bright and fun, and dark and gritty, I guess. So My Hero Academia sets in a school, big comedy level. The characters are all colorful and fun. And until the last couple episodes, you don't really get much of a villain. It's more of a story of showing who you are. But Vigilantes, right off the bat, it's pretty gritty. The whole reason Koichi starts becoming a vigilante is because Pop Step's getting attacked by these guys. He sticks up, Knuckleduster sees him, sees the potential, sees that he can do it, and helps him out, and that's how that. But the show talks about drug use, the show talks about adult things. Koichi, he just lives in an apartment, goes to college. A lot of scenes take place on like rooftops and alleys instead of classrooms, and mostly classrooms in the UH practice fields and stuff. But like, look at all their goals. And so first off, you've got Deku, who again wants to be number one. Koichi just wants to be good enough and do good things. Ochaco wants to be a hero to help her family. Pop Step doesn't want to be a hero, but she just wants people to care about her, and she wants to matter. Knuckleduster is here to help people. You don't really know why, because he doesn't have a quirk. You know why later, but as of now, he's just doing his job. He's being a help. All Might didn't have a quirk either, but now he has one, and he wants to save people. They both say, "I am here," which is kind of funny. And obviously you've got Bakugo, who also wants to help people because he's got a strong quirk. I don't know. Bakugo's a very interesting one in Season 1, because I do not like that character until later. But it is just crazy that My Hero, or being a pro hero, is very interesting, because when you watch My Hero, you're like, if you're not a pro hero, you can't do anything, because the show, which Vigilantes is a prequel to My Hero, it shows that Deku gets into the UA and all that and learns to be a hero. It doesn't really test until later. It doesn't even show that people do it without license. In Vigilantes, people do, or it shows more of why illegal hero work is not really, it's like frowned upon. The cops are discussing of the Crawler and Knuckleduster. They're like, these guys, they might help, but eventually they're not going to help us, and we're going to have to stop them. A Racerhead shows up in season episode 1 or 2, and he attacks Knuckleduster, but then he realizes Knuckleduster doesn't have a quirk, so he decides to let him go. So they all play on the line. They have secret identities. Everybody knows Izuku Midoriya is Deku. He's not hiding that. But let's get into another topic that a lot of people think is interesting. The villains. Because these two villains don't show up, these two big villains. I'm not going to really talk about Queen Bee. Well, I am going to talk about her, but not here. I'm going to talk about Shigaraki and Stain. Because I feel like, Stain / Queen Bee, there we go. Stain from My Hero season 2 or 3. I guess he's in both of them, I think. The Vigilante. He is in Vigilantes. I think he goes Stendhal. I think he goes by that instead of Stain. And he gets into a fight with Koichi, Knuckleduster, because he's also being a vigilante like them. So they're like, oh, we might need some help. But he starts killing, and they want to help people, not hurt them. And criminals are still people, you like it or not. And they're unlicensed too. So now while Shigaraki his main thing is he's just obsessed with All Might. He doesn't really have you don't know his motive to be a villain. Stain's motive. He's trying to save the world. He's trying to get rid of the criminals. He's targeting other criminals. Stain's motive. You don't know why Shigaraki's obsessed with All Might until later in the show when you find out for one. But either way, Stain's a way better villain than Shigaraki, in my opinion. When he sees Shigaraki, he's more chaotic, he's crazy, he's just like that evil villain. He's like, I'll do anything I want, blah. But Vigilante's a little bit more like, they get in the mindset, it's a little dark, twisted, psychological. Stain's trying to fix a broken society, but he's doing it the wrong way. But at the end of the day, I like Vigilantes. I do. My Hero Academia Season 1, for example, is amazing. A great watch. Great characters, all of that. But maybe it's because I'm older. I'm 23 currently, and I was 20 when I watched My Hero, which has been a few years ago, but the older I get, the more I realize the darker stuff. And My Hero Season 1 was made a long time ago. Not long enough where you can, and it's made for a younger audience. A younger kid, it's definitely got its dark themes, but that's later in the show. The audience ages with the show. Vigilantes starts off at a point where, because it already expects the audience to be in the certain headspace that they have to be to understand how mature and that how it looks on a street level instead of these big poster heroes. But I like the characters. I like the story so far. I think it's the emotions. I like the way that Koichi gets. Yeah, him and Deku are amazing main characters. But just because Koichi, I think Deku is different because he got the opportunity to do something he couldn't do because he didn't have a quirk. Koichi always had a quirk. He was never on a lesser playing field. Sure, his quirk isn't super powerful and flashy, but he's got one. He's never had to live in a life without powers. Deku does. So you can look at it either way, but Deku's story I just feels like too simplistic. And Vigilantes with Koichi's story is more of like, I can do this. I've had this. He has his quirk. He's lived life with it. I don't know. It makes you think a lot. So I don't have all the answers. Let's wait till Vigilante Season 1 finishes. It's close to it. But I'm going to give you guys a little homework. I want to know which is your favorite main character. And you can even tell me who your favorite character that isn't their main character. Is it Koichi, Deku, Pop Step, Knuckleduster, Ochaco, Bakugo, All Might, Shigaraki, Stain, Queen Bee, anybody. You can whoever you like, just let me know. But what's more importantly is, do you think My Hero Vigilante has the potential to be better than My Hero Academia? Like the main story? Do you think it already is? Just give me your thoughts. So, without further ado, leave a like if you want to see me talk about any other anime. Comment below those animes or what I've just asked, and please subscribe. I don't do much videos like this, but I want to try, and a little goes a long way. So please support me, and we can slide and glide our way to the top and use One for All to stay there. I don't know. We'll see you in the next time, and remember, if you don't want to be a vigilante, become a pro hero, but still, you should try to help people. Peace.